Hey, how's it going, everybody? It's TweaK here, back again with another little YouTube video for you. Today, we have got a really nice set of patch notes. For anybody who hasn't read them yet, these are some very nice patch notes. I'm sure a lot of people are going to be very happy with. A lot of really nice quality of life stuff here. The only thing that I didn't notice when I flicked through them was that the sound on Shoreline was fixed. So I'm hoping that maybe they just forgot to mention it here and it'll be fixed, or maybe I skipped over it and I didn't see it. However, we're going to read through the old patch notes as we always do. And yeah, these are some of the best patch notes I've seen in a while. And yeah, I hope you guys are going to be as happy as I am with them. So we're going to get into the list of changes. First of all, add a defense reputation increase when successfully exiting any location as a player scav. This is fantastic. So what this does is it incentivizes scavs to go and survive, which is good because it's going to mean they don't hang around in raid, they don't kill other scavs. And hopefully, you know, player scavs can just kind of get along and we can just do our thing in raid without risk of being killed, because now we're actually rewarded with positive scav karma rep when we successfully extract from raid. So that's fantastic. I'm very excited about this. I might actually get max scav karma this wipe. PMC scav cooperation extracts are now permanently available on all locations. So this is cool. There's not just a random chance it'll actually be available to you. It will always be available no matter what. And then if you have a friendly interaction with a PMC or friendly interaction with a scav over by that extract, you guys can both leave and then also get your reward from fence, which is very nice. A lot of people seem to have been getting better rewards from the fence messages this wipe from using these extracts. I've never gotten one, but I have had some people in my community tell me they've gotten some pretty nice stuff from it, so that's good. If you haven't tried it, give it a go. They've also adjusted Tagilla's melee sound. So I'm assuming Tagilla has a much meatier melee sound now, which is pretty cool. Added sorting table on the scav item turn-in screen. So I am assuming this means that when you finish your scav run, you can use the sorting table to move stuff around in your stash before you transfer stuff off your scav, I would assume. So that's nice. They've also added new high-level quests for players. Or players, sorry. Players for high-level quests. They've added new quests for high-level players. So I'm not really sure what these quests are going to be. I'm very excited to see them. I'm kind of sad I've been slacking because I'm probably not going to get 71 this wipe for Kappa. Anyway, so I've kind of been ignoring my quests. So maybe I will get back onto that grind today. So I'm excited to see what those are. Also added the ability to change PMC voices in the sound settings tabs. You can now change your voice at any time while out of raid. So a lot of people were stuck. I believe it was the USEX were stuck with the same voice that they picked at the start of the wipe. You can now change it as much as you want. And I believe the other bug was even if you chose the voice that you wanted, you would still get stuck with like the default voice. So all those USEX that wanted to use, you know, whatever voice they wanted, you can now choose those. And I suppose the same goes with bears as well. We've also got some various AI fixes. I'm assuming some of this maybe has to do with Sanitar. Sanitar has been an absolute bot recently, and I don't know what they did to his AI, but he is like not a challenge. He stands there and he just dies to you. It's very strange. So hopefully that's fixed, because he was a little bit OP before, but like he's a little bit too fucking stupid now. So, you know, hopefully we get him back to a balanced plane. We've also added the ability to use the flea market to search and buy items from traders for players below level 20. Huge quality of life increase. This is going to be so nice for next patch because it's going to make it so much easier for finding and buying stuff using the flea market interface. So that is absolutely awesome. I'm very excited about that. That's going to be a big help to pretty much everybody that doesn't really have their traders learned off by heart. You can just search stuff using the flea market interface to buy stuff from the traders, which is awesome. Dog tags will now also be sorted by level. Added a 30% discount on all items bought from Fence on max loyalty levels. So you get a pretty substantial discount from Fence upon reaching max loyalty. So I'm curious to see what's going to be available at max level Fence, which is cool. And they've also added the very low graphics preset, which is obviously for all of you players out there who maybe have like lower end PCs, but you're big fans of Escape from Tarkov. But it's also for all of those sweaty betties out there looking for the absolute peak in FPS performance. Perhaps running very low. You know, your game might look like Borderlands running on a toaster from, you know, 2005. But here we are. You know, if you want the more FPS, then there you go. There's the option for you. Anyway, onto the list of fixes. There is a lot of stuff here, which is dope. And we're going to get into them. The first thing that excited me was fix the double animation while equipping the MK47. Thank fuck. Very annoying bug, which has also been happening with a couple of other guns as well recently that I've noticed. So hopefully they fix those too. Raindrops are now correctly displayed on all hand models. Thank God. Couldn't be having unrealistic rain particles on our hands, lads. Absolutely not. Fix the loot spawn in the lockers on Interchange. So I think all those lads who were farming rollers and bitcoins and all that shit from the lockers on Interchange, all that shit's now been fixed. So rest in peace, that massive money maker that lots of people were relying on Interchange. It is now goodbye. Peace out. Fixed a bug due to which in some cases after raid healing menu was missing. What a sentence that is. Holy shit. So that's nice. That's been fixed. I don't think I've ever had that bug, but there you go. Ammo box names now correctly display their contents. What does that mean? Does that just mean the little paper ones we pick up, or are they the ones in our stash? I don't know. However, for those of you that care, it has now been fixed. The actual crafting time in the Scab case now changes correctly based on reputation with fence. So that's actually cool. I didn't know your fence rep actually affected your Scab case crafting time, which is very interesting. Fixed the bug that caused the blank screen when examining modules on the weapon preset screen. Fixed a bug that wouldn't let open an offer if clicking on the offer ID if the window beside the flea market screen. In any window beside the flea market screen. So, man, I need like an interpreter in here with me or something. Fix the camera shake that appeared when trying to crawl up an inclined surface. Players no longer fall into geometry when reaching the junction of two inclined surfaces. Thank God. Nothing worse than falling into geometry, am I right? Raiders can no longer sprint with blacked out legs. So you can now black out raiders' legs and they can't run around. Which might sound like a minor thing, but that's actually it's actually pretty good, because if you're running bad ammo, you're no longer going to want to go for the chest. You're going to want to shoot them in the legs in order to slow them down so they can't like run away and reposition. So I read this one earlier. This is an interesting one to me. So that's pretty cool. I wonder if it'll ever apply to Scab bosses, because if you could do this to Killa, it would make the fight so much easier if he could only just like walk around while he was after you. So hopefully this gets applied to Scab bosses too. Fence reputation will no longer increase when you kill a player Scab that killed another player Scab who was killing Scabs. So I think this is just to stop people from like cheesing it. I would assume. So there you go. You can no longer do that. Players can no longer slide off ledges while prone. You could slide off ledges while you were prone. Well, there's that one spot on Interchange you can get stuck on pretty easily, and you can't slide off that edge, so I don't know what that's referring to. Fixed a bug where players couldn't turn while in prone on elevated surfaces. Thank God. Great now that I've got Shooterborn in Heaven done, though. Anyway, thank God that's fixed. That was such an annoying bug. They also added the missing wall in the underground area in the factory location. Remove the ability to look through the wall next to the door, next to the cars on the factory location. Also remove the ability to look through the wall in the underground areas on the reserve location. I know a lot of people were complaining about the reserve one in particular because it basically gave you aimbot, or not aimbot, but it gave you wall hacks because you could see through walls and you could see if players were coming. So hopefully that one's been fixed and another one doesn't get fined straight away after this one gets fixed like the last one did. Backpacks and chest rig straps are now correctly displayed on the PMC head selection screen. Fixed the flickering lights from lamps in the underground tunnels in the extended areas of the factory location. Fixed the flickering lights from lamps from specific distances on the customs location. Player head model Hudson is now correctly displayed with balaclavas and masks. Fixed several issues with the lighting on the labs location. Fixed the scav spawn in the in the open area next to repair and maintenance building on the reserve location. So I guess there was a broken scav spawn on reserve, I suppose. Fixed the air filter working time in the hideout. Fixed the probability of scav spawning next to players on all locations. So what I'm hoping this means is that the player scabs will now spawn X distance away from PMCs no matter where they spawn in at. So that's pretty cool. But I guess we'll see how that goes. Fix the possibility of stashing a quest item on the location while the item was moved into the quest item stash. So rest in peace all those people who haven't got deliveries from the past done yet this wipe, because if you weren't aware you were able to cheese it, you would collect the item from customs, you would transfer the item into your quest item storage in your stash, and then you could go to swing room on factory and store it. And then even if you died, you could just go back into factory and drop the item again. So that has now been fixed. So unlucky. But I'm sure at this point most people have deliveries from the past done. So next up, we've got fix the probability of scab spawning inside the geometry. I wonder if that's like the sniper scav on customs that's like over behind the rock that nobody can ever see, that you can only kill with a grenade. Insurance icon. The orange rectangle will no longer disappear after a reconnect. Oh, nice. So this means we don't have to like double insure our gear, I think. Sounds are now correctly overlapped in some map. Oh, in some of the rooms on the shoreline location. I didn't see this earlier. I'm blind. Fantastic. They fixed the audio on shoreline. So maybe today we just won't play shoreline. We'll play some other maps until that gets fixed tomorrow, which is awesome. Also, I mentioned this earlier. Fixes double animation while equipping the MK47. Feels good, man. The gas station fire on the shoreline location now deals damage again. I wasn't even aware that it didn't hurt you. So that's interesting. Fix the incorrect display of the day pack backpack straps. Fix the possibility of players spawning outside of the map on the lab location. Cultists can now melee players whilst moving. As if they weren't bad enough, they can now melee you while they're sprinting. Also adjusted the ability of equipping the SIG Romeo 8T sight on some rails. I like this optic. Don't change it, please. What are you doing? Fixed the freezes whilst moving through tabs and filters on the trader screen. Fixed the logic of the notification about exceeding the number of items before loading into the raid. Fixed the issue with typing Cyrillic symbols in the player name screen. Quick melee hits can no longer be performed with no stamina, which I swear to God, I have seen this patch note before in a set of notes before that you couldn't do this. But I guess you can. I swear this has been in the notes before. I promise I've seen this before. Fix the displacement of the aiming reticle in the collimator on the PL-15 pistol after firing all rounds. Dead bodies will no longer fall through the ground on the interchange location. Very annoying for those of you who haven't seen this before. If you happen to kill somebody on the concrete ramp outside generic, the body can fall through the fucking ramp and into Narnia. And none of the loot is acquirable, which is a massive fucking bummer. Also, for those of you that like to use the SR11 extract, when you swipe the card in the urinal and you run over to the octagon above the concrete ramp, you think you're being clever by dropping your backpack onto the concrete ramp, and then you spend 20 minutes looking for your bag as it has magically disappeared. So hopefully we can now drop our bags down there safely and they won't fuck off to Narnia. That would be absolutely fantastic. And then the final one, the progression value of the endurance skill in raid will no longer change after players reconnect to the raid. So there we go. That is the list of patch notes for tomorrow. Very, very solid patch notes. I honestly, I haven't read a set of patch notes in a while that I've gone, wow, these are like really good and very nice fixes. But they've done a lot of work with this one and it looks very good. I'm very excited to see these tomorrow. I'm really curious as to what the high level quests are, or what the new quests are for quote unquote high level players. So I guess we'll see tomorrow, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Do you like the patch notes? What's your favorite feature coming? What do you wish they'd maybe have fixed that they left out in here? Guys, if you enjoyed the video, please make sure to leave a like, comment down below, hit the subscribe button, maybe check out my stream, twitch.tv/TweaK. Link down below for those of you that would like to follow me on any of my socials. All the links will be down in the description. Also, check out my TikTok where I post pretty much daily little Tarkov clips and updates and all that kind of stuff. So guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out, my dudes.